Well, everybody, it's countdown time. Unless you are living underneath a rock, you see what's been going on, what's been being said. November 1st is 2 days away, day and a half away, depending on where you are. And obviously, there's been no end in sight with respect to the EBT and the SNAP benefits. So, only thing I can tell you is if it's not too late, if you have not already gone out to the store, get out to the store before the hurricane hits the stores, the hurricane of people. I have to say this. Sometimes when I'm looking at those Instagram and those TikToks, I think some of those people be trolling because I just cannot imagine people are just that silly to where they are incriminating themselves. They are many times they were ahead of they jumped the gun because the first hasn't even arrived yet, and they're showing or they're saying people have already looted certain stores, which brings me to this next point. Now, people are concerned that they won't be able to feed their children because they won't get their EBT and their SNAP benefits. So they're saying they're going to go in, they're going to take food for their family by any means necessary. Well, let me say this real quick. Prayerfully, they won't take from another person who's going to the car with their groceries for their family. But who knows, at the rate all of this is going and things that are being said, you just don't know. So I'm telling you to keep your head on a swivel, pay attention to your surroundings because it seems like it is like a movie at this point. Things that you've heard in the past that indicated this type of situation would come about. Now we're here. And what are you doing about it? What can you do about it? Are you one of the ones who are in a situation where you were dependent on the SNAP benefits, the EBT benefits? And if so, are you one of the ones that are going to storm inside of Walmart or whatever grocery store near you to get food for your family? It's a scary situation for all parties involved. Not all parties, the higher ups, they're fine. You know what I mean. Those who need the food, even workers. I mean, it's just like things are in just disarray for so many people. A lot of people losing their jobs thanks to AI. And the other thing that is baffling, you have some people that say, get off your butt, get a job. Now, that very well may be true for many people who have been abusing the system. But now you use that phrase, people had a job, but then jobs are being taken or they're being phased out by AI. So it's not to say that people are lazy. Some people just really cannot find employment at this time. And those who were working, they got laid off. And now they're everybody's like in the same boat. Up the stream without a paddle for the most part. So people that can join together, I suggest that you do that if you can. I feel for those who are loners, the vulnerable population, those with disabilities, elder people who are alone. It's tough. And my prayers go out to everybody, everybody who is struggling, everybody who's found themselves all of a sudden without employment, no money in the bank. Is what do you do? You have a lot of people out here giving advice. some good advice. Hopefully, what I bring to you is helpful or uplifting, inspiring at some on some level. I don't know that it helps to say you're not in this situation alone because nobody wants to be in this situation. But I did want to come on here and express be careful if you do go out and get food. Not here to fearmonger. I'm just saying you see the videos, you see the TikToks, you see the Instagrams. Not my words, their words. I'm just coming in here to shed some light and some encouragement for you. Hopefully, you have enough food already to where this blows over, hopefully, and they get it together. And for those who need the benefits, they can get their benefits again so that they can feed their families. I mean, I just sometimes you have to put your feet in other people's shoes and realize it's sometimes some things are easier said than done. I get that also. Again, I really feel for the populations, people who are disabled and our seniors. Those are the populations that I feel really bad for. But I have a nonprofit organization, and I'm happy that I was able to help at least three families with some food. So the food giveaway went very well, and the families were very grateful, and it warmed my heart to be able to give to them. And it was a lot of work, even though it just was three families. So I can imagine the larger organizations, but the larger organizations, they have more volunteer help to assemble food baskets or bags or boxes for families. So that's a good thing. So it's good that there are food banks out there that still have food, and people, families that need it, they can still get a hold of some food. This is what I was going to say. People are in the stores or doing videos about taking food for their family, but they're not getting regular food like what you would normally buy when you have your SNAP card or your EBT benefits. They have bags of steak and lobster saying we eating good over here. Now, is that what you would normally buy for your family? So I'm thinking, okay, people are going to have a Steaksgiving for Thanksgiving this year because they are stocking up on the steak and the lobsters. I don't really know who has that for Thanksgiving. And then they're grabbing all of this food, but it's just for temporary purposes. There's not a long, and I ain't trying to tell you how to steal. I'm just observing what they're showing that they are taking when they go into the stores. So these are definitely some times where you need to sit and you need to think, you need to reevaluate. Again, I did a video talking about when C-19 came along. Nobody was prepared for it. You would have thought people learned from that situation, and then fast forward to here we are now, and it's a situation with the food, the EBT, SNAP cards. So it's one thing to have to depend on government assistance. That, to a certain extent, that's fine, that's okay. But in the interim or along the way, you have to think long term. What are you stocking up? What are you storing up for emergency purposes, for future references, for situations just like this? Now, I talk about prepping. Many preppers have been talking about Being prepared, storing up extra food, supplies, medical equipment, everything you would need for your family to survive for a certain amount of time when there is a downfall of any sort or an emergency of any sort. It's not always for big natural disasters, but this is a disaster that's going on right now. You already had many people, mosquito bit me, experiencing food insecurities, and now it's on a mass scale. So let this please be a learning lesson. When this blows over and things get back to semi normal, remember this moment. Think long term. So next time when your EBT and your benefits have been reestablished, get some food that's going to help you. Get something extra that you can store away. Don't buy food and live month to month on those food. Get some stuff that you can have for long term storage. Get lots of rice, get lots of beans, get lots of top ramen. I mean, be as healthy as you can, but we know, excuse me, most foods that you have to store away are going to be processed. So, I don't spaghetti noodles, whatever it is your family likes, but get the canned goods of vegetables, extra cans as you go along. Something that where you can prepare certain meals that can stretch. And like I said before, I'm going to do a video showing you an option to cook your food in case power is out. Because then you have all this food. How are you going to cook it? Well, I'm going to teach you that too. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel so that you can learn. You can see how simple it is to use a portable stove. I have four. So I'll be cooking just like I have a regular stove top. So you have four and you have your butane cans, and I will show you how to use them. It's really simple. It seems daunting when you look at the little contraption, but once you've used it a couple of times, it's really simple. But you want to have as much as possible. You want to be ahead of the curve as much as possible. Take these situations for what they are. They are learning lessons, they are ways to teach you how to be prepared for certain situations. Again, okay, let's take job loss. Had you been a person that was a prepper and all of a sudden you lost your job, well, if you were a prepper, you'd have months of food stored up and you wouldn't miss a beat. Your family wouldn't miss a beat because you prepared for something like that just in case. And again, that day has come. Thousands of people are losing their jobs, and most people were living paycheck to paycheck. I understand that as well. That is why it was important to, when you did go do your shopping, to buy a little extra for emergency purposes as such. Every little thing helps. An extra pack of batteries when you have extra money. Sometimes we have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable for a period of time in order to get that stockpile that we need for emergency purposes. So I hope the information that I'm sharing here helps somebody. I hope it pulls on you and you wake up and you say, okay, I didn't really pay attention when COVID happened. I'm paying attention this time. So the next time when something else happens, oh, me and my family, we're good. Because I can't imagine going out grocery shopping and everything is in chaos and topsy turvy, upside down. Especially, like I said, our seniors. So if you have a senior in your community that you can check on, please do that. Make sure they're okay. If you have some people that are disabled in your community and you know of them, um, go pay them a visit. See if they need any assistance, any help. But I try to bring positivity, things that are going on. Well, you have some channels where people call them doom and gloom. I don't think that they're doom and gloom channels. I think that they are channels that are providing valuable information, things that'll make you go, that's right. I need to probably do that, or I need to pay attention to that. This person is on to something. Because many channels, they've been singing from the rooftops about being ready and being prepared. And again, once we get comfortable, all of that just it go our attention span is short. So it goes in one ear right back out the other, which is why repetition is great. We want to keep reiterating, keep talking about the same thing. You just never know. Maybe the third or fourth time you hear it, you'll catch it. It'll catch your attention. And you'd be like, I've been hearing this over and over and over. Let me do this, what this person has talked about. Kind of makes a little bit of sense now. At first, I wasn't really paying attention. I didn't really care. But now that I see so much is going on, I think I'm going to follow their lead, join in, and make sure that my family is secure and set. So for people who are close to me that watch my videos, I told it to you many, many times. Get your water, get your extra vegetables, your extra canned goods, your extra toilet paper. Remember that toilet paper fiasco. Whew. But paper towels, everything that your family needs on a daily basis to survive, to run your household. Grab those things little by little. It's going to be interesting to see how the world turns November 1st. I think people get benefits from the 1st up into, I don't know, I think the 10th or something like that. So, what's going to happen in between those times? I don't know if when the benefits do come back on, or when they do fill that budget or whatever's going on there, if they'll retroactively pay people, that's a question. That's something I'd like to know. But in any case, please be safe. Keep your head on a swivel. When you go out, if you go out grocery shopping, just watch out for predators. Watch out for all those little gimmicks that they say people put tissue in your door handle of the car, so when you open it, it gets on your fingers. Just all kind of craziness. So just pay now more than ever. Pay attention to everything. Be present. Be in the moment. Don't be out shopping and your mind is off somewhere else, thinking about other things. Pay attention. Keep your purse close to you. Just so many scammers out here. Just so many scammers you can't even keep up with them. Pretty soon we're gonna be looking at TV, and we're not gonna know if this is a real person we're looking at or if it's AI. It's gonna be that good, that close to humans. It already really is. So share the video with somebody that's close to you. Share it with the world. Leave a comment in the comments section. I love to hear from you, but keep your comments cute. None of that nonsense, mess, no haterade. I don't know. They say when you got haters, you made it, but I'm not interested in any of that. I'm interested in people coming in the comments section, leaving valuable comments that will help the next person. And also make sure you subscribe to the channel, because here's the deal. If you or somebody you know has been diagnosed with an autoimmune illness, they're living with an autoimmune illness or a disability, invisible or visible, I am going to be holding podcasts on this channel where people are going to come and they're going to tell their story, living with their autoimmune illness, being diagnosed from day one up until how they're operating now. And I feel that that's necessary. When I was diagnosed, there wasn't any real time information or people sharing their stories. And I think it'll be uplifting and motivating for individuals, especially now, who are going through difficult times, who's probably lost friends because of being diagnosed with autoimmune illness. There's a lot to it. It can be very painful. And we want to hear the stories. And I want you to hear the stories. I want you to come on the journey as these people tell their stories so you can absorb, so you can hear, and so you can share. And if that's you, it'll help inspire and motivate you. Some people have come a long ways. They've done a complete turnaround with their life through diet, exercise if they can, just mental health, because it really does mess with your mental state. And so I want to open that door of real candid conversation. So make sure you subscribe. If you are interested, you can leave me a comment in the comment section, or you can email me at autoimmuneprepper@gmail.com, and I'll see your email there, and we'll talk and we'll have you on the podcast. Caregivers as well. Okay? Thank you, and make sure get a video a thumbs up, leave a comment in the comments section, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Remember, be safe. I don't know if you're going to have a Steaksgiving, but I'll see you again before Thanksgiving. Bye.